Welcome back to Archithings, the channel where we explore the most fascinating corners of architecture, design, and the spaces we live in. Today, we're diving into a bold topic: the reimagining of brutalist architecture, once associated with social housing, into a style that's shaping modern luxury living. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. For decades, brutalism was misunderstood, its raw concrete forms and imposing silhouettes often dismissed as cold or uninviting. But as tastes evolve, architects and designers are embracing those same qualities for their honesty, texture, and unapologetic presence. This episode will guide you through how these once utilitarian buildings are being reborn as luxurious, high-end spaces. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's explore how brutalism, born from the ideals of social equality, has found a surprising new role in creating some of the most desirable living spaces of today. Brutalism emerged in the mid-20th century, post-World War II, when cities were desperate for functional, affordable housing solutions. The style was marked by its use of raw concrete, geometric forms, and a focus on function over decoration. Architects like Le Corbusier and Allison and Peter Smithson championed the aesthetic for its honesty. The structure was visible, unhidden, and true to its materials. For them, brutalism was not about harshness, but about integrity in design. However, over time, brutalist social housing blocks became associated with urban decline, leading to the style's reputation as stark and unfriendly. Now, decades later, we're witnessing a surprising revival. In its earliest days, brutalism was deeply tied to the idea of social responsibility. These buildings were often commissioned by governments to house working-class families in safe, durable, and functional environments. Concrete was affordable, widely available, and could be poured into bold shapes, allowing for rapid and expressive construction. The scale of these projects often created entire communities within a single complex. Unfortunately, the social ideals often collided with economic and political challenges, leading to underfunding and neglect. This history adds a layer of complexity to brutalism's rebirth in the luxury market. Over the past decade, brutalism has re-emerged as a celebrated design language, especially in high-end residential projects. Its clean, monolithic forms now appear in luxury condos, penthouses, and boutique hotels. Designers are rediscovering the beauty of raw concrete, especially when paired with warm wood, rich fabrics, and contemporary lighting. The contrast between cold structural elements and cozy interiors has proven irresistible. This revival is not just about nostalgia, it's about reinterpreting the honesty of brutalist forms for a new audience that values authenticity and craftsmanship. One of the key transformations in modern brutalist-inspired luxury living is the treatment of materials. While traditional brutalism embraced unadorned concrete, today's architects elevate it with fine finishes and precision detail. Polished concrete floors, board-formed walls, and even tinted concrete are now common. These surfaces are paired with natural stone, brass, and high-quality hardwoods to soften the visual impact. The result is a material palette that respects brutalism's roots while offering the tactile richness expected in a luxury home. Original brutalist buildings often suffered from limited natural light due to their massive walls and deep floor plans. Modern adaptations counter this with expansive glazing and strategically placed skylights. Large windows frame urban or natural views, allowing sunlight to wash over textured concrete surfaces. This interplay of light and shadow brings life to what might otherwise be an austere space. The openness creates an entirely different experience, one that feels airy and inviting while still embracing brutalism's bold forms. Where old social housing blocks prioritized density and function, today's luxury brutalist homes emphasize spaciousness and flow. Open-plan layouts dominate, often blurring the boundaries between indoor and outdoor spaces. These interiors celebrate volume, with double-height ceilings and dramatic sightlines. The geometry of the original brutalist style is retained but made more livable. This spatial generosity transforms the perception of concrete from oppressive to liberating. Smart home systems integrate seamlessly into the concrete framework, offering lighting, climate control, and security without disrupting the minimalist aesthetic. Built-in LED strips can highlight architectural lines, while hidden speakers and retractable screens maintain visual purity. Technology becomes an invisible partner to the design. In this way, modern brutalist luxury is both a nod to the past and a leap into the future. Concrete interiors can become the perfect backdrop for bold art and statement furniture. The neutrality of the material lets colors, shapes, and textures pop. Mid-century modern furniture often pairs beautifully with brutalist architecture, creating a dialogue between eras. Oversized canvases or sculptures can transform an otherwise minimalist room into a gallery-like experience. This curated approach softens the perceived severity of brutalist spaces, making them feel personal and lived in. Brutalist luxury living often extends the design principles outdoors, where terraces, courtyards, and gardens interact with the architecture. The hard edges of concrete are balanced with lush greenery, water features, and carefully planned outdoor lighting. This creates a harmony between built form and nature, echoing Brutalism's original aim to create cohesive communities. From London to Tokyo, architects are reinterpreting Brutalism for the luxury market. In London, refurbished social housing towers now offer high-end apartments with panoramic city views. In Tokyo, compact brutalist-inspired homes are being crafted with meticulous detailing, turning small footprints into striking design statements. These projects prove that brutalism's adaptability extends far beyond its mid-century origins. Converting old brutalist social housing into luxury spaces isn't without difficulties. Structural constraints, outdated building systems, and heritage protection laws can all pose hurdles. However, these challenges often inspire creative solutions, like inserting glass atriums or rooftop additions that enhance usability without compromising the original form. In many cases, adaptive reuse preserves history while providing a sustainable alternative to demolition. Concrete has a high carbon footprint, but modern sustainable practices are helping to offset this. Using recycled aggregates, carbon-capturing cement, and green roofs can dramatically reduce impact. Retrofitting existing brutalist buildings instead of tearing them down also aligns with eco-conscious goals by avoiding unnecessary waste. Luxury brutalist living, when designed with sustainability in mind, can be both stylish and environmentally responsible. Brutalist architecture's monumental scale can evoke a sense of security and permanence. In a luxury setting, these qualities can translate into feelings of stability and refuge. The honesty of exposed materials also creates an environment that feels grounded and authentic, a counterbalance to the overstimulation of modern urban life. When combined with thoughtful lighting and furnishings, brutalist interiors can feel surprisingly warm and intimate. Brutalism is being embraced differently across cultures. In some places, it's a nostalgic nod to a bygone era; in others, it's a symbol of progress and modernity. Luxury adaptations often borrow from local materials and traditions, blending brutalist forms with regional craftsmanship. This cultural layering enriches the architecture, making each project unique. As urban populations grow, architects will continue to seek forms that balance density, beauty, and functionality. Brutalist-inspired luxury living may be part of that answer. We may see more hybrid projects that combine brutalist geometry with biophilic design, creating homes that feel both monumental and alive. The story of brutalism's transformation is still being written, and the next chapter could be its most exciting. And that wraps up our exploration of how brutalist forms, once the face of social housing, are finding new life in the world of modern luxury living. Thank you for joining us today on Archithings. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. Brutalism's journey from misunderstood to celebrated reminds us that architecture is never static, it evolves alongside our values and lifestyles. What was once purely utilitarian can become deeply aspirational. Until next time, keep exploring, keep imagining, and keep seeing beauty where others might not. Subscribe, like, and comment to stay part of the conversation here on Archithings.